A lot of people think that blurry vision is just a normal part of getting older, something you're supposed to accept and live with. You wake up with dry, scratchy eyes that take forever to focus. You squint at your phone screen trying to read a text message. Street signs blur until you're almost right on top of them. Or those headlights at night create halos and starbursts that make you grip the steering wheel tighter than you used to, wondering if you should even be driving after dark anymore. But here's the truth that most doctors don't take the time to explain to you. It's not always just old age wearing down your vision. The American Optometric Association explains that once you're past 60, your eyes become significantly more fragile and vulnerable. Conditions like chronic dry eyes, cataracts, macular degeneration, glaucoma, or even sudden blurry vision in just one eye become far more common than most people realize. And the National Eye Institute warns that vision loss among older Americans is rising faster than ever before, creating what some experts are calling a silent epidemic. What makes this especially dangerous, what keeps me up at night as an eye care professional, is that the real damage often happens while you sleep. At night, when you think your body is peacefully resting and repairing itself, your retina, which is the light-sensitive tissue at the very back of your eye, doesn't always get the oxygen and nutrients it desperately needs. The delicate photoreceptor cells that help you see clearly, that let you read fine print and recognize faces and navigate in dim light, they begin to break down slowly and silently, deteriorating bit by bit without you even knowing it's happening. This hidden degenerative process is one of the most overlooked causes of progressive blurred vision, and tragically, many people don't notice the damage until it's already advanced to a point where reversal becomes much more difficult. So here's the big question, the one I hear in my office almost every single week from concerned patients. Why is my vision blurry, and is there actually a natural way to fix it without depending on expensive prescription drugs or risky surgical procedures? Here's the hard truth that the vision care industry doesn't want you to know. Most common solutions that doctors recommend, the lubricating eye drops, the progressively stronger prescription glasses, even the laser surgeries and lens replacements, they only deal with the symptoms of vision decline. They don't tackle the underlying root cause of why your eyes are deteriorating in the first place. That's precisely why the vision care industry continues to make tens of billions of dollars every year, while older adults keep struggling with increasingly blurry vision and progressive vision loss that seems unstoppable. A comprehensive study published in JAMA Ophthalmology in 2023 showed that age-related retinal damage often begins with silent biochemical changes, specifically oxidative stress and chronic low-grade inflammation deep inside the delicate structures of the eye. And these destructive changes are most active at night, during the hours when your eyes should actually be repairing and regenerating themselves. But here's the good news, and this is what I really want you to hear and take to heart. More recent research has uncovered something remarkable. Certain everyday foods, fruits, and vegetables you can find at any grocery store contain powerful bioactive compounds that your eyes literally crave during sleep. These nutrients have been shown in clinical studies to regenerate damaged photoreceptor cells, improve blood circulation to the retina, reduce inflammatory markers, and even slow the progression of macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of irreversible central vision loss in seniors over 60. In other words, you may actually be able to start restoring clearer vision naturally, safely, and while you sleep, without relying exclusively on prescription bottles that cost hundreds of dollars or costly surgical procedures that carry significant risks. My name is Dr. Michael Chen, and I've spent over 2 decades helping older adults protect and restore their vision using science-backed natural approaches that work with your body's innate healing mechanisms. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 powerful foods that can help repair your eyes overnight, and more importantly, I'll explain exactly how to use them the right way, because timing and preparation make all the difference. Before we start, I need to make something crystal clear. The information I'm sharing here should never replace professional medical advice from a licensed healthcare provider. If you're experiencing any vision changes, persistent blurry vision, sudden vision loss, eye pain, or any other eye health concerns, please consult with a licensed eye care professional or your family doctor before making any significant changes to your diet, supplements, or lifestyle habits. Your eye health is too important to leave to chance. Now let's talk about the first food on our list, and it's one that most people completely overlook: tart cherries. These small, sour, deep red fruits are absolutely packed with anthocyanins and natural melatonin, two compounds that work synergistically to reduce oxidative stress in your retinal tissues and support your body's natural circadian rhythm, giving your eyes the deep, restorative sleep they need to repair cellular damage. As we age, chronic inflammation becomes one of the primary drivers of vision deterioration, causing problems with night vision, difficulty adjusting from bright to dim environments, and that frustrating blurry vision that seems to come and go throughout the day. A clinical study published in 2022 followed adults over 65 who consumed tart cherry juice daily for 12 consecutive weeks. The results were remarkable. Participants experienced measurably less eye strain and fatigue, improved contrast sensitivity, and significantly better night vision compared to the control group who didn't consume the cherries. Many reported feeling like a fog had lifted from their eyes, especially in the evening hours when vision typically deteriorates. So how do you use tart cherries correctly? Drink 8 ounces of pure, unsweetened tart cherry juice about 90 minutes before bedtime. This timing is crucial because it allows the active compounds to reach peak concentration in your bloodstream right when your eyes enter their natural repair cycle during deep sleep. Make absolutely sure you're choosing unsweetened juice with no added sugars, because added sugar triggers inflammatory pathways that completely counteract the benefits you're trying to achieve. And here's a professional tip that most people miss. Pair your tart cherry juice with a small handful of raw almonds, maybe 6 or 7 of them. The healthy monounsaturated fats in almonds significantly enhance the absorption of fat-soluble antioxidants, allowing your body to actually utilize the protective compounds instead of just passing them through your digestive system unused. It's a simple combination that can amplify your results. The second food might surprise you because it's so common, but most people prepare it in ways that destroy the very nutrients their eyes need most. I'm talking about spinach. This humble leafy green is one of nature's richest sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoid compounds that function like internal sunglasses for your eyes, filtering out damaging blue light and protecting your macula from oxidative damage. The macula is that tiny central area of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision, the kind you need to read small print, recognize faces from across a room, drive safely, and maintain your independence as you age. When the macula begins to deteriorate, a condition called age-related macular degeneration, you start losing your central vision while your peripheral vision remains intact, creating a frustrating blind spot right in the middle of everything you're trying to look at. A landmark study published in JAMA Ophthalmology analyzed dietary data from over 100,000 adults and found something striking. People with the highest dietary intake of lutein and zeaxanthin had up to a 40% lower risk of developing advanced macular degeneration compared to those with the lowest intake. That's a massive protective effect from simple food choices. But here's the critical part that most people get wrong. You need to eat about 2 cups of fresh spinach, either raw in a salad or very lightly steamed, approximately 1 hour before bedtime. Never boil spinach if you're eating it for eye health, because boiling in water leaches out and destroys up to 60% of the precious lutein content, essentially wasting most of the benefit. Raw or gently steamed for just 2 to 3 minutes preserves the nutrients your eyes desperately need. And here's your professional tip for maximum absorption. Always add a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil or a few slices of avocado to your spinach. Remember, lutein is a fat-soluble nutrient, which means your body cannot properly absorb it without the presence of healthy dietary fats. Without fat, you might as well not be eating the spinach at all from an eye health perspective. This simple addition can increase your lutein absorption by 300% or more, transforming spinach from a mediocre eye food into a vision-protecting powerhouse. The third food on our list addresses a problem that millions of older adults wake up with every single morning, but rarely connect to their vision troubles. I'm talking about wild-caught salmon. If you've ever woken up with dry, gritty, uncomfortable eyes that feel like someone threw sand in them overnight, or if your vision is foggy and blurry for the first hour or two after waking, requiring you to blink repeatedly just to see clearly, you likely have tear film instability. Your eyes are coated with a thin, complex layer of tears that keeps the surface smooth and optically clear. This tear film has 3 distinct layers, and when any of them breaks down, your vision suffers immediately. The most common culprit in tear film breakdown is chronic inflammation of the meibomian glands, the tiny oil-producing glands along your eyelid margins. When these glands become inflamed and clogged, they can't produce the oily layer that prevents your tears from evaporating too quickly, leaving your eyes dry and your vision blurred. Wild-caught salmon is extraordinarily rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which are powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that directly reduce inflammation in those meibomian glands and help restore healthy, stable tear production. Research published in the journal Ophthalmology followed thousands of adults and found that those who consumed fatty fish like salmon at least twice per week had significantly lower rates of chronic dry eye disease and age-related vision problems across the board. The protective effect was dose-dependent, meaning more frequent consumption correlated with better outcomes. So how do you use salmon for maximum eye benefit? Eat a 4 to 5 ounce portion of wild-caught salmon for dinner, making sure to finish eating at least 3 hours before your planned bedtime. This timing allows your body to digest and begin circulating those crucial omega-3 fatty acids, so they're available when your eyes enter their nighttime repair phase. Wild-caught salmon contains significantly more omega-3s than farm-raised varieties, sometimes up to 50% more, so it's worth seeking out and paying a bit extra for wild fish when possible. Here's the critical preparation tip that most home cooks get wrong. Do not overcook your salmon. High heat, especially temperatures above 400 degrees Fahrenheit, oxidizes and destroys the delicate omega-3 fatty acid molecules, essentially rendering them useless for your eye health. Instead, bake your salmon gently at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Poach it in simmering water with herbs and lemon, or prepare it using low-temperature methods. The fish should be moist and tender, not dried out. Overcooked, dried-out salmon might taste okay, but you've destroyed the very nutrients you're eating it for in the first place. The fourth food is sitting in produce sections everywhere, incredibly affordable and available year-round. Yet most people have no idea how powerful it is for protecting aging eyes. Sweet potatoes. These orange-fleshed tubers are absolutely loaded with beta-carotene, which your liver and intestinal cells efficiently convert into active vitamin A, an absolutely essential nutrient for vision health. Vitamin A is required for your eyes to produce rhodopsin, a light-sensitive pigment in your rod cells that allows you to see in low-light conditions. Without adequate vitamin A, you develop night blindness, struggle to see when moving from bright rooms to dim hallways, and find driving after sunset increasingly difficult and dangerous. But vitamin A does far more than just support night vision. It's also crucial for maintaining the health of your cornea, the clear front surface of your eye, and for supporting the mucus layer of your tear film. A comprehensive study published in the journal Nutrients analyzed dietary patterns and vision outcomes in over 5,000 older adults. The researchers found that people with higher dietary vitamin A intake had significantly stronger night vision, slower progression of cataracts, and better overall visual function compared to those with inadequate vitamin A consumption. The relationship was clear and dose-dependent. So how do you use sweet potatoes for optimal eye protection? Eat 1 medium-sized baked sweet potato with the skin still on, about 2 hours before your bedtime. The skin contains additional fiber and antioxidants that support nutrient absorption and provide extra protective benefits. Baking is the ideal preparation method because it concentrates the natural sugars and makes the beta-carotene more bioavailable to your digestive system. Now here's the crucial tip for maximizing vitamin A absorption. You must add a source of healthy fat to your sweet potato. Add a tablespoon of grass-fed butter, a drizzle of coconut oil, or a few slices of avocado. Beta-carotene and vitamin A are fat-soluble nutrients, meaning your body simply cannot absorb them properly without dietary fat present in the meal. Without fat, you might absorb only 10 to 20% of the available beta-carotene, but adding fat can increase that absorption to 70% or higher. It's a simple step that makes an enormous difference. And whatever you do, Skip the marshmallows, brown sugar, or candied toppings that many people add to sweet potatoes. Those added sugars trigger inflammatory pathways and spike your blood glucose, directly counteracting the eye-protecting benefits you're trying to achieve. Now we've reached the most powerful food for your eyes, the ultimate vision-protecting food that's probably already in your refrigerator right now. Eggs, specifically pasture-raised eggs with deep orange yolks. This might surprise you because eggs have been controversial in nutrition circles for decades. But when it comes to eye health, the science is absolutely clear and compelling. Egg yolks contain the most bioavailable, easily absorbed forms of lutein and zeaxanthin, found in any food source. Unlike the lutein in supplements or even in vegetables like spinach, the lutein in egg yolks is bound to fats and proteins in a way that makes it extraordinarily easy for your digestive system to break down and absorb. Studies using isotope tracking have shown that your body absorbs lutein from eggs up to 5 times more efficiently than lutein from plant sources. This matters enormously because lutein and zeaxanthin are your macula's primary defense against photooxidative damage. They accumulate in the macular tissue at concentrations hundreds of times higher than anywhere else in your body, forming a natural protective filter that absorbs harmful blue light before it can damage your delicate photoreceptor cells. Without adequate macular pigment density, you're vulnerable to progressive macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss and legal blindness in people over 60. A landmark clinical trial published in 2019 had participants eat just 1 whole egg daily for 90 consecutive days. At the end of the study period, researchers measured a 26% average increase in macular pigment density compared to baseline measurements. That's a substantial protective increase from such a simple dietary intervention. Participants also reported less glare sensitivity, better contrast vision, and reduced eye fatigue, especially when using digital devices. So how do you use eggs correctly for maximum eye benefit? Eat 2 soft-boiled or gently poached eggs about 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. This timing ensures that the nutrients are being digested and absorbed during the early part of your sleep cycle, when your eyes begin their natural repair and regeneration processes. The preparation method is absolutely critical here. Do not scramble your eggs in a hot pan, and definitely don't make omelets or hard-fried eggs if you're eating them specifically for eye health. High heat oxidizes the delicate lutein and zeaxanthin molecules, destroying their protective properties. Soft boiling or gentle poaching keeps the yolk runny or just barely set, preserving the maximum amount of bioactive nutrients. And here's the professional tip that makes all the difference. Choose pasture-raised eggs whenever possible, the kind from chickens that actually roamed outside eating grass, bugs, and their natural diet. Pasture-raised eggs contain up to 7 times more lutein and zeaxanthin than conventional eggs from caged hens fed only grain. You can literally see the difference. Pasture-raised eggs have deep orange, almost reddish yolks, while conventional eggs have pale yellow yolks. That vibrant color comes directly from the carotenoid pigments your eyes need. Yes, pasture-raised eggs cost more, but you're getting exponentially more eye-protecting nutrients per egg, making them actually more cost-effective for vision health. Now here's the part that almost everyone misses, the part that determines whether these foods actually work for you or not. How you eat them matters just as much as what you eat. If you don't follow these critical preparation and timing rules, you could be canceling out nearly all of the eye-healing benefits we've been discussing. Let me walk you through the essential rules that make the difference between wasting your time and actually protecting your vision. Rule number 1, and this surprises most people, never combine these eye-protective foods with calcium-heavy foods like milk, yogurt, cheese, or calcium-fortified products. Calcium directly blocks the absorption of lutein and zeaxanthin in your digestive tract. A study published in 2021 showed that older adults who consumed high-calcium foods at the same meal as lutein-rich foods absorbed up to 30% less of these critical eye nutrients. 30% is a massive loss, so create some separation. Wait at least 90 minutes after consuming any dairy products before eating your eye-supporting foods. Think of these foods as standalone snacks or meals, not something you mix into a larger, calcium-rich meal. Rule number 2 is non-negotiable if you want results. Always pair these foods with a source of healthy fat. The majority of the nutrients we've discussed, lutein, zeaxanthin, beta-carotene, and vitamin A, are all fat-soluble, meaning your body physically cannot absorb them without fat present during digestion. Add a small handful of walnuts or almonds, a teaspoon of flaxseed oil drizzled on top, a few slices of avocado, or a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Research has demonstrated that this simple step can boost nutrient absorption by 50% or more in some cases, and up to 300% for certain carotenoids. Imagine getting triple the benefit from the exact same food just by adding a little healthy fat. It's the easiest way to amplify your results without spending an extra penny. Rule number 3 addresses something most people do wrong without even thinking about it. Wash your fruits gently. Don't scrub them aggressively under hard running water. I know we all want clean produce, and food safety is important, but vigorous washing and scrubbing under forceful water actually removes a significant portion of the protective antioxidant compounds, especially from foods like berries, where most of the beneficial pigments are concentrated in the delicate skin. Just rinse gently under cool water, pat dry with a clean towel, and you're good to go. Also, wash right before you eat, not hours beforehand. Once you wash produce, it begins degrading faster, and those protective nutrients start breaking down through oxidation. Fresh is always best. Rule number 4 is about temperature, and it matters more than you'd think. Room temperature is optimal for most of these foods. Cold refrigerated food may be refreshing and convenient, but refrigeration significantly slows down or completely shuts down key digestive enzymes your body needs to break down and extract the nutrients from food. Take your eggs, sweet potatoes, or any refrigerated produce out of the fridge 30 to 60 minutes before you plan to eat them. Letting food warm up to room temperature allows your digestive enzymes to work at full efficiency, maximizing the nutrients your eyes can actually use. This is especially important for eggs because the fats and proteins need to be at a certain temperature for optimal digestion. And rule number 5 might be the most important of all. Timing is absolutely everything when it comes to getting these nutrients to your eyes during their natural repair window. Eat your eye-supporting foods about 60 to 90 minutes before your planned bedtime. This timing is based on digestive physiology. Too early, let's say 4 or 5 hours before bed, and your body will have already metabolized and cleared many of the nutrients before your eyes enter their peak repair phase during deep sleep. Too late, within 30 minutes of bedtime, and active digestion will interfere with your sleep quality and prevent you from reaching the deep restorative sleep stages your eyes need for cellular repair. That 60 to 90-minute window is the sweet spot where nutrients are being absorbed and circulating in your bloodstream at peak concentration, right when your eyes need them most. Think about this for a moment. Just by adjusting when and how you eat these common, affordable foods, you could transform them from simple meals into powerful therapeutic tools for protecting and potentially restoring your vision. Instead of accepting progressive vision decline as inevitable, you're giving your eyes the specific nutrients they need at the exact time they need them. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and actually seeing clearly right away. No blurriness, no scratchiness. No need to blink 20 times before the world comes into focus. Imagine reading a restaurant menu without squinting or pulling out reading glasses. Imagine driving at night without that nervous, anxious feeling when headlights approach. Imagine looking at your grandchildren's faces and seeing every beautiful detail with crystal clarity, not through a foggy haze. That's what these natural, science-backed nutritional strategies are all about. Not just marginally improving vision, but genuinely protecting your independence, your safety, your quality of life, and your ability to fully engage with the world around you for years to come. This is Dr. Michael Chen reminding you that your vision doesn't have to fade with age. Take care of your eyes, they're precious, and I'll see you next time.